Hello there and welcome back. So in the previous two videos I have shown you how you can create your own custom text and color styles. Now once you have those ready in your project, then you can easily start creating your perfect design. So for example, let's say that we want to create now the new text in our home screen. For example, let's name this text Android development again. I'm going to now, for example, choose this actual style from my text styles. For example, let's say we want to choose maybe a header one. There we go. And now we want to choose the actual color style. So let's choose here, for example, this blue color, right? So for example, let's say that later in our project we decide to change the actual text styles and color style with our project that we have already applied to one of those elements on our canvas, right? Well, in that case, let's see what will happen. So let's open up our actual design panel here. So select anywhere on the canvas. And now let's click here this adjust button, right? So let's say that we somewhat decide to change here the color actually of our this primary blue color. We decide to change that to a purple, right? So when we change that color immediately that change will also be applied to each and every element that has applied that same color. Which means that if we create here maybe 1, 2 or 10 different screens in our project, and each one of those screen has those color and text styles applied to it, it means that whenever we change that color, it will be immediately changed to our whole project. And this can be quite useful, especially when you want to change, for example, your application theme color. So let's say that we want to start building or designing our actual application with those colors that we already have. And later in our project, we decide to actually update our project theme. We can change that quite easily. So we don't have to go to each and every element here on our canvas and changing that color or text style dynamically. We can just go to our actual design panel, and from those color styles we can modify each and every value, and then that change will immediately reflect to all other elements and layers within our project that has applied those same styles. Now, there are also a couple of different styles that we can use in our project except those text and color styles. And those are effects and grids. So let me just here show you. I'm going to now create one rectangle. And let's say that we want to add here maybe some effect to this rectangle, right? So we have 4 different effects. So inner, drop shadow, layer blur, and a background blur. Now let's specify here a drop shadow. And let's specify maybe some kind of let's say 8% of the opacity of this actual shadow. Blur can be maybe 3, and the white position can be 3 as well. We can also change the color of this rectangle to white, so we can actually see that drop shadow. There we go. So now what we can do, we can open up our styles inside this effects category, and then we can create a new style for our actual effect, right? So we can name this effect box shadow, for example. Click create. Now let's just detach this actual style. Let's remove this effect. Let's just select this actual rectangle, and now we can go to this effects style, and we can apply that box shadow that we have just created, right? And now we will have that same shadow with all those same properties directly applied to our selected rectangle, which is amazing, right? And as you can see now, it's very easy to specify all those different kind of styles like text, color, and effects. But we can also create grid styles as well. So let's create here maybe some kind of frame, and let's apply here maybe this grid with 10 pixels, right? Now we can change that to maybe, let's say 50, and we can change some other values as well. Next thing, we can open up these styles, and we can create a style for our actual grid as well. At this point, I'm not going to create this new style, but it's just a good thing to know that you can create different kind of types of styles like text, color, effects, and also grids. So that's everything I wanted to share with you in this video, and for now that will be all.